A choice when it comes to standing charges. Energy suppliers will have to widen the type of tariffs on offer, but critics say overall bills probably won't come down.
Headlines for you today. Energy companies will have to offer tariffs with lower standing charges under plans unveiled by the regulator Ofgem.
President Trump says Ukraine can take back land from Russia in a major shift of position on the war.
Today we had good conversation with President Trump, and I think he understands for today that we can't just swap territories.
Honour your promise. Nuclear test veterans call on the Prime Minister to support them in their fight for justice.
I've lost too many friends. And I know who's responsible for it.
Good morning. New figures are suggesting the cost of actually running a home is pricing people out of getting on the property ladder as much as saving for a deposit. And it means more young adults are increasingly still living with their parents.
Let's look at the papers this Wednesday morning, starting today with the Daily Telegraph, which has this photograph of Catherine, Princess of Wales, on a visit to Southport. The Prince and Princess visited the town yesterday to show their support for those affected by the attacks last year.
The Guardian is focusing on President Trump's speech at the United Nations General Assembly. It reports that Mr Trump told European leaders their countries are going to hell over their migration policies.
And the Eye this morning claims that the Chancellor, Rachel Reeves, is facing a £30 billion hole in the autumn budget and is under growing pressure to raise taxes. We're going to hear that a lot, I think, over the next couple of months, aren't we, before the budget end of November? Yeah. Morning all, it's Wednesday, the 24th of September, and energy suppliers in England, Wales and Scotland will have to offer their customers at least one tariff with lower standing charges by the end of January, under new plans confirmed by the industry regulator Ofgem.
Standing charges are applied daily, regardless of how much energy households use. And charities have warned that the issue of high bills has not been addressed. Our cost of living correspondent Kevin Peachy has more.
Standing charges, crucial to keep the energy network running and secure, fixed as a daily charge for gas and electricity, but among some, frustrating because they can't be cut by reducing your energy use. And they're getting more expensive. Next week, the gas standing charge will rise to more than 34p a day. For electricity, the daily fee is going up to nearly 54p a day, but charges vary by region. In North Wales and Merseyside, the electricity standing charge will be nearly 70p a day. Ofgem's latest plan would see all suppliers offering at least one tariff in which these fees are lower, but customers will pay more for each unit of energy.
Whether that's the right tariff for somebody will depend on their individual circumstances. So I would say to people, if you are interested in getting more control over your bill and you are perhaps a low energy user, you want to see a greater link between perhaps safely reducing your energy and the amount that you pay, then have a look at these tariffs, talk to your supplier and get some advice to see whether this is the right thing for you.
These new tariffs will be available by the end of January, the coldest time of year. But charities and campaigners say people struggling to pay their bills in freezing homes is a bigger concern.
They could have reduced standing charges. There are lots of excess cost, profits and levies in the standing charge. But instead of doing that, they've hidden the standing charge within the unit cost. So it's going to leave vulnerable consumers still unable to pay for heat this winter.
With Energy UK, which represents suppliers, saying the move is misplaced and of limited benefit to customers, this plan has already received a cool response. Kevin Peachy, BBC News.
Emma is here to make sense of all of this for us. So, Emma, why are they bringing in these changes?
Well, a lot of it comes down to what's going to be fairer for people. And the argument here has been that even for people who are being really careful about saving energy, keeping their usage down, well, they were still paying relatively high charges. So there wasn't that much benefit for people who are saving energy. So this is designed to address that. But some campaigners worry it will only create greater confusion in what already can be quite confusing pricing for people, and that it won't help households struggling to pay bills. Now, reminder, energy costs, they're set to go up again in October when the next price cap takes effect. That means the average household paying by direct debit will pay on average £320 a year in standing charges on a typical energy bill. So there might well be even more incentives to some people to switch to lower standing charges. And we should know by the end of the year if Ofgem are going to go ahead with those latest proposals. Sally.
Tonight at 6, an extraordinary medical breakthrough for one of the cruelest and most devastating diseases. Fred Davis died of Huntington's when he was 54. His son Jack has inherited the gene. For the first time, the disease can now be treated.
It does make the future seem a little bit brighter. I have got more time here than perhaps I first thought.
Also tonight, plans to extend high-speed rail across the north of England have been delayed yet again amid worries about the cost. The government orders an urgent review into the cost of taxis used to transport asylum seekers after a BBC investigation.
You know you make me wanna shout, look my hair jumping.
Star singer Lulu opens up about the highs and the lows of her remarkable career.
I'd learnt to be Lulu and not be miserable with people. But then Marie would kick in at night and it's painful.
Wayne Rooney's battle with drink, the former footballer admits without his wife Colleen, he'd be dead. History in the making for Nottingham Forest in the Europa League.
When it comes to growing enormous vegetables, the Gloucestershire grandad who produced these takes some beating, and there could be more records broken at tomorrow's National Championship.
And the beautiful sunshine is making the autumn colours really pop this week, but is it going to last?